EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the desert Southwest, Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm Stadium. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, 4 down. 4 down.
On second down, McCaffrey. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 31 yards there and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On third down, Bridgewater escaping the pressure right. He wants it all for the end zone, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up fourth down. On now, Graham Gano. He's hit from 63 as recently as last year. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
Let's go.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check 99. Check 99.
Spawn.
Go.
Spawn. No.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Mike 54. What's the run? They're running it.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
The tackle there by Stephen Weatherly.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's put him on the buses. Check 43. Watch twist. Watch trap. Shoot.
On play action, it's Murray. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. taking a shot for Samuel. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. And an alley to run. Oh, now Murray has it stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
He's checking crack. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And that's complete to McCaffrey. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
From the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Check it back. Check it.
They go play action. Bridgewater. He's going to air one out for him. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off down near the 5. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Gray. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to... And look at this, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down.
Check 53. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Murray now on first down. This one caught by Isabella. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37, as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. They'll roll him out right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially give me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
We won it. Come to us, 44, Mike, 44. You must be dreaming. 44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike. Watch the run.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. 49, check 49, check 49. Check it to 6. Put it. Hey, watch it.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Here's Murray. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52 is the mic. Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Woo! Check 50. Check 50. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
Murray looks to throw again. 2nd and 10. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Don't be scared of it. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the Panthers' 25-yard line.
Tight go. Check. Lucky. Undercrush.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Has several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. On 3rd down, Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13 to 10. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Watch out.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Bridgewater to throw it this time. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out right at the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there for Carolina. 58 yards.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Touchdown, Carolina. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his 2nd TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Number 53, Mike 53. Drop deep, drop deep. Check. Go.
Murray now on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Murray again, 2nd and 10. And he hits Drake. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Target. Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. first down. This is McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On second and 11 now. Bridgewater. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Robbie Anderson, 47 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Kill. Check. Check out route.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to take a shot, and that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore there to make the grab. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now here is another interception. T.J. Green with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. McCaffrey following the penalty. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Slam, slam, slam. Deuce, deuce.
On a jet sweep, here comes Moore. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Touchdown, Carolina! DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Murray off play action. Going deep for Hopkins. And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Taking it about the 16. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Murray. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Murray now. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run with Drake. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Alert, set, go. Alert 3, go.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a